Hey everyone, it's KelleyAnn from Diesel Del Mar again. I just wanted to hop on here and talk to you guys about some more books, specifically today about historical fiction, because it's one of the books that, or genres, that I get asked about the most often. So I thought I'd share a couple of my favorites. The first book that I want to talk about is Atonement by Ian McEwan. Atonement is a World War II historical fic set in England, and it takes place on this wealthy estate where a young girl kind of watches her sister, her older sister, and one of the servants' son in a budding relationship. And because she's young, she doesn't understand quite what she's seeing, and she assumes that what's happening is inappropriate and that her sister's being taken advantage of in some way. So she accuses this servant's son of committing this terrible crime. And as a result, he's drafted as a soldier in World War II. And the whole book kind of takes place through the lens of, it goes into the years during World War II, and then much later, when this young girl is now an older woman reflecting on her life. And it just talks about how she has grown up carrying the guilt of sending an innocent man, like punishing this innocent man, and all that she's done in her life to make up for that and to try to fix the rights, or right the wrongs that she did to both her sister and this man. Hence the title, Atonement. It's really good. It's heartbreaking. There is an incredible twist at the end. No spoilers. And if you didn't know, it was also made into a movie a while ago, starring Keira Knightley and James McAvoy, and a very young Saoirse Ronan as the main character. So both the movie and the book are fantastic, and they're both beautiful and very sad and great. I never saw that twist coming, so you guys should definitely read it and then tell me what you think about it. The second book that I wanted to talk to you about is Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell. And I know that Gone with the Wind is super daunting because it's like this big and it's 1,000 pages long, but there's no time like lockdown, right, to read super long books. And Gone with the Wind is not only one of my favorite historical fictions, but favorite books in general. It's deeply sentimental for me. Fun story, I got it from my grandmother, who used to own a used bookstore, and I reread it every single year until she passed, from the ages of 13 to 19, so I kind of grew up. Scarlett O'Hara is like 14 in the beginning of this book, so I kind of was the same age as her when I was reading it and rereading it. And basically it's a Civil War historical fiction told from the perspective of Scarlett, who's this young girl, and it kind of just tells the story of the Civil War from this really narrow, selfish perspective of this young girl. And basically it takes the war and flips it to a more personal kind of coming of age story. And it's beautiful and evocative, and the writing and the descriptions in it are so beautiful. I think they're so transportive to a time that obviously I have no idea what it was like, right? And I think it's really good at painting a picture of like the South and the way the South used to be under this very ideal, rosy colored remembering. So it's a really beautiful book to kind of lose yourself in. It obviously deals with a lot of intense, heavy things. I mean, the Civil War and all the things that the Civil War was fought over. But it also tells it, again, returning from Scarlett's perspective. So it is different from other historical fiction, I feel, in that it isn't as much about the war as it is about this teenage girl growing up and longing for things that she can't have anymore. So yeah, both of these books are available online at dieselbookstore.com. You can order anytime. We'll send it to you. So yeah, thanks for tuning in and hope you enjoy.